Crews are still trying to extinguish a fire that's been burning since early this morning at the old Blue Heron Mill in Oregon City. Look at that. Firefighters tell us it could take a few days before it's fully out. Devin Haskins is live outside the mill. Devin, do investigators have any idea at this point how it started?
Christine, not at this point. That's something that investigators will look into once they can finally get around and get inside to start digging around to see what may have caused this fire, if they're able to figure that out. I want to direct you over my left-hand shoulder here. You can see part of one of the buildings is still on fire here, but for the most part, the fire has died down significantly since it was going pretty big earlier this morning. More than 12 hours later, though, fire crews remain on scene. And for those that were here watching the fire burn early this morning, they said they could feel the extreme heat even from where we're standing.
In the dark of the early morning, the bright orange glow of a 3-alarm fire lit up the sky in Oregon City.
I woke up and I saw my whole living room in orange, and I'm thinking, what could that be?
The former site of the Blue Heron Paper Mill was engulfed in flames.
It was like big, it was huge. Like I was like, holy crap, I wonder if they can contain this, you know?
And it had those watching the abandoned buildings burn feeling the heat.
And the flames here were, I don't think it could have stood here. It had to be such a hot fire, just a ball of flames and smoke.
The paper mill hasn't been functional since 2011 when it shut down.
It's truly a saddening time for us because, as I think most Oregonians know, that this is a sacred site to us.
Cheryl Kennedy is the chairwoman for the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde. In 2019, the tribe bought the site and has been slowly dismantling the buildings, making way for a riverfront development project.
We have high aspirations. Our dreams are that it will once again be a thriving community there, and that there will be access to the river there.
The tribe says the project was in between demolition phases when the fire started, and that all of the buildings were eventually going to come down anyways.
We don't believe it'll be set back. The staging of the demolition will continue.
For several hours, fire crews kept a distance while trying to keep the fire from spreading up the hill. A hazmat crew was also brought in to test the air for any toxic chemicals.
Trying to get a hold of it right away is the biggest challenge, right, before it spreads. In a building like this where we don't know what's inside, you know, the building's been abandoned for a long time.
And for those watching, a fear of the worst.
We have a lot of trees literally in most of our homes, and so if the wind picks up and there are embers going our direction, yeah, that would be a concern. We wouldn't want a second California or anything like that.
This is the second major fire at the old mill in the last several years. Back in 2020, a man was arrested for intentionally setting fire here at the mill, a judge later convicting him of arson. Again, here at this fire, the one that started more than 12 hours ago, fire investigators have not yet determined a cause. Back to you.
Yeah, glad those flames did not spread. Devin Haskins reporting from Oregon City. Thank you, Devin.